Hey everyone, back-to-back rambles for you guys today. This ramble builds on the last one. If you didn't watch that one, probably you want to watch that one first. So today, at around 6 p.m., I'm going to go film some of the Standing with Standing Rock protesters. And they're part of the same No Dakota Access Pipeline movement, No DAPL. And I've seen in the Facebook posts for it some links to some blogs by people saying that it's horrible that this movement of No Dakota Access Pipeline is not getting a lot of news coverage. And for me, a veteran activism filmer, this sounds familiar. And I just wanted to right here and now say that I think that there's a stage in which every movement thinks that they're not getting enough press. They're not getting enough attention. And I spent the most time filming the Occupy movement up close, and I saw that all the time in the first 2 months of the movement. There were signs of people saying, why are we blacklisted on TV? They don't want you to know this. So that's why we're out here having to protest, because they're trying to suppress the truth. But there are other variations of this line of thinking. Like recently, my girlfriend didn't find out that there was flooding in Louisiana, where her sister lives still, and I have some family there as well, until we heard about it on Facebook, because all of the regular media outlets were all covering the Olympics, basically. And that flood, which was a once every 500 year event, that wasn't covered near as much as they felt that it should. And it's always like people think that they care about something a lot, and therefore it should be getting more coverage. But that's not how it works. How it works actually is people click on something a lot, and so therefore that gets more coverage. It has nothing to do with the importance of the actual thing happening. It has nothing to do with how many lives are lost. If it were one black person being shot to death in America by a cop tomorrow in any major city in America, that would probably get a lot of news. If it were, say, 50 to 100 people dying in a bombing in Turkey, even if it were people flying ISIS flags, because the victims were Turkish and they don't look like us, people aren't going to click on it. Put that same scenario in Paris, London, or New York, and you will not hear the end of it for 3 or 4 months. It's just how it is. People care about what they care about, and when you care about something and you feel like it needs more press and more attention, there's not much you can do about it other than talk to the other people who might care about the same thing. So, yeah, I feel like whenever I see these things being said, like with this No Dakota Access Pipeline, how they say that there's a media blackout, people aren't realizing how little people have interest in whatever that is. Like, how many people care about people in Louisiana? If you're not in the southeast of America, probably you might not have any family there. You might actually be more interested in the Olympics. And when it comes to the Dakota Access Pipeline, go to your nearest Greyhound station. I know this is going to require you getting up off your ass and not just watching YouTube videos. Go to your nearest Greyhound station, right? And then look at the Greyhound lines, the bus lines that go all across the country, right? Notice how none of them go through North Dakota. And even though they might touch the edges of South Dakota, notice how it looks like all the bus lines just don't seem to service that area of America. Why is that? It's because it's a remote fucking nobody fucking goes there place. That's why they don't care to send more buses there. That's why if you're a protester who wants to go stand with the people at the Sacred Stone and fight for this pipeline not to happen underneath their water source, you're going to have a hard time finding transportation there unless you're driving yourself. You know, there aren't many flights that service that location, and those that are there are puddle jumpers that cost a lot of money. It's not a place that people care to be. It's not a place that people care about. And thinking that there should be more news coverage about this because it's shocking to me and I feel like it's very important doesn't really reflect that no, people don't care about that. You know, people would rather watch further coverage of the Olympics even after they're done. You know, there's so many different things that they'd rather watch. They'd rather see the latest dumb thing Donald Trump says than hear about how many people are congregating in a small, desolate place in the Dakotas. And so, to me, there's no question as to why there isn't a lot of media coverage. There might, after a while, come coverage after the fact. And this would mirror the Tea Party movement, the Occupy movement, Black Lives Matter. In the first few months, people don't know that much about it. They haven't heard about it, so they don't click. You know, after a while, people start to get more familiar with a subject, and they'll click on it more. But right now, Dakota Access Pipeline is basically competing with the attention that Donald Trump is getting, you know, with the election coming up, and hands down, that is like no contest. That's why they don't get coverage, because they won't get clicks.